Hey guys, I'm Eclipse and I am finally back with another video after a week. And speaking of that, we're gonna start this one out with an apology. I had to go get my computer fixed and probably should have made an update video before I took it in. So I apologize for that, but that's why I've been MIA for the last week. And well, now we're back and we're gonna be talking today about TI5, as you can see. Now, on my previous TI5 video, I made predictions on who I thought was going to get invited, and I got 9 out of 10 right. I thought there were going to be 11. Uh, Whatever. Anyway, I got everyone right except for VP. Now, VP pretty much got this invite because they won what the hell is it called? They won the Play It Cool Invitational. They beat both NIP and Alliance, and I'm pretty sure I think Alliance lost their invite potential when they roster shuffled, but I think NIP probably had that invite until that time, and I think if NIP won that tournament, they probably would have got the invite, but at the end of the day, VP got the invite, and I was wrong. Sadly, I didn't get my compendium fast enough because I didn't have a computer, so I didn't even get to predict, but 9 out of 10. Good enough, whatever. Uh, I'm not going to talk too much about the invites. I want to talk more about the qualifiers. Now, the qualifiers are actually pretty interesting here for a few reasons. Now, so we'll talk about them one at a time. Americas. Root, Summer's Rift, Not Today, Leviathan, Tinker, Void Boys, Complexity, NER, Wheel Wreck, and the Open Winner. Now, speaking of Open Winner, this Open Qualifier is super awesome. I like this idea. This is a really good idea. This is taking a page from ESL's book. I like this a lot. And yeah, this is a really good idea. I don't think any of these teams are going to be relevant because like normally with ESL you'd see some random free agents throw together a team, but that's already happened with teams like North American Rejects and Summer's Rift and stuff. So I don't think that's going to happen, but it's still super cool. I like this idea. Anyway, so yeah, moving on. Back to on track. Root Gaming, Summer's Rift, not today, blah, blah, blah. So, in this qualifier isn't really that special. You got Summer's Rift, Team Tinker, and yeah, this is probably going to be between Summer's Rift and Team Tinker at the end of the day. I think those are the two favorites. Probably more so Tinker than Summer's Rift. Maybe 20-20 split for winning the qualifier. Uh, Other teams, however, because we don't want to talk about the obvious. NAR is a big dark horse. I don't know how good this team is, and I'm pretty curious to find out. I think this team could take the qualifier. They have some good players. I haven't watched them play very much. I've watched them a little bit, and they look pretty good, actually. So I think they can challenge for this spot. And the other possibility here is Not Today. I'm interested to see what Not Today is going to bring to the table because I don't think they're going to win this qualifier, but they can like they're one of those teams, right? They qualified for the summit twice now. That's about all they qualified for, but I think they do have that they have proven through that they do have the potential to do some pretty cool stuff. So I'm excited to see what they can do. Anyway, as far as who's going to win this qualifier, huh. At the end of the day, I think it's probably. See, I don't want to go with the favorites because that's boring, but you know what? Let's be bold. I'm gonna say NAR wins this qualifier. I think that would be cool. As far as legitimate predictions go, Team Tinker is definitely the favorite for this qualifier, but I think NAR have a chance. I think they're a bit unexpected, and I think they could throw something together. So they're gonna be my prediction for winning this qualifier. China. Tongfu, CDEC, Newbie Youth, Hyper Glory, Old Boys, Energy Pacemaker, VG Potential, eHome, other Tongfu. Now, At the end of the day, this is probably going to be between eHome and Hyper Glory Team. And I think HGT is going to take this one. Now, HGT is a good team. I think they honestly overperformed at DAC. I haven't really seen them since then. I don't know. Are they playing today? Maybe? I don't know. I saw a lot of Chinese games. That's all they played recently. They got 2-0'd by Tong Fu and LGD. And they tied DK. They're playing Tong Fu. So yeah. I think they're the best team. I guess they're not doing that well there today, but I think they have a good chance of winning this qualifier, to be honest. I think they probably will win this qualifier. Second, definitely eHome, like I said. After that, I'm not too sure. I don't know that much about the Chinese scene. My guess would be Tongfu or CDEC would be the next best teams. But I may be wrong. So, anyway, that's my prediction, HGT. Now, Europe. Europe is really exciting to me. Now, if you look at TI4, in Europe, there were like 2 or 3 teams that could really contest that one slot for the qualifier winner. But this year, like you look at all these teams, I think PR doesn't have a chance in hell. I think Vega Squadron is extremely unlikely, but I could see every other team winning this qualifier. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not London Conspiracy actually, but every other team, I think they have a decent chance. And as well with the Open, I'm interested to see if that Open winner ends up being Four Clovers Leprechaun. I'm actually kind of surprised that they got that PR and London Conspiracy got invited to the qualifier over them. I mean, they're not the most stable of teams, but they do have some pretty damn good firepower. So I'm excited to see if they make it here. But anyway, as far as who's gonna win this qualifier can go a lot of different directions. I think at the end of the day, my favorite is NIP. But for who's gonna win it, NIP has a good chance. Alliance has a good chance. I think if Hellraisers catch fire the way they can, they definitely have a chance. Burden has a small Burden, Navi, and 4 Anchors have a much smaller chance, but still a somewhat significant chance. At the end of the day, I think this slot is probably gonna end up going to probably Nip. Oh well, it's definitely. I think it's almost guaranteed to go to either Nip or Alliance. I think for my prediction, I'm gonna go with Alliance. Just my gut a bit. And again, I think Nip are favorites, but I think Alliance have a good chance. I think whichever one of these teams doesn't win will probably end up being a wild card winner, to be honest. And then we move on to Southeast Asia. Five Mineski, CSW, Rave, TNC, MVP Phoenix, Signature Trust, G Guard, MVP Hot 6. This is the teams to watch here. Definitely Rave and MVP Phoenix. I think MVP Phoenix is gonna take this. I think Rave were just sometimes you just catch fire. I think that's what happened to Rave at DAC. I don't think they're actually that good a team, to be honest. I think they just caught fire and they had a good run in that tournament. So yeah, maybe I'll be proved wrong. I hope I get proved wrong, honestly, because that would be pretty exciting. I don't want these favorites to win. That's why I made some random predictions. So yeah, those are my guesses. As for the wild cards, I'm not entirely sure how the format works, but I assume it's somewhat the same as last year, which means the second team from each will be going into this wildcard slot. So I guess for my wildcard predictions, with the predictions I made, I guess that would be NIP and that would be Team Tinker, probably. Yeah, those are my guesses. Again, if Rave heats up, MVP Phoenix has a good chance to get one of those wild cards. eHome could also have a good shot at those wild cards if they end up second. So, and really any team in Europe here has a good chance of winning the wild card if they get second in the qualifier. So yeah, That's my plan. I am super psyched for May. This is gonna be super awesome. I'm gonna have no life for this week. Is it a week? Let's take a look here. 25th to the 1st. Yeah, it's exactly a week. So I am super looking forward to this. This is gonna be super fun. And yeah. It's about all I have to say here. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments for who you think is going to make it out of these qualifiers, and for how you feel about these invites. I personally, I'm okay with these invites. I would have been okay seeing a different team instead of VP, either Alliance or NIP, but I don't. Alliance's roster shift make that pretty impossible. So I would have been okay seeing NIP here. But anyway, yeah, those are my final thoughts on TI. I'm probably gonna make one more video after the after the qualifiers, and give a more final prediction for the wildcard, as well as a prediction for the whole tournament. And yeah, that's gonna be fun. So I'll see you guys then. Until then, I'm Eclipse, and I'm out.